Welcome in, everybody, to our 38th episode of Mother's Jail. Tonight's session is titled Staging Point, and it is the first session of our 10th chapter, which is titled Liberation Front. Last time, when you all got together, we spent a little bit of time in Kaldanesh as you all returned back to hopefully round up some more help in your fight against Drahana and the forces of the Draconic Legion. You were able to get a little bit of help in Kaldanesh, which was kind of surprising, actually, because they really don't have much to spare. But Filah did offer to put out a call for volunteers to see who would show up for it. While there, you also got to meet one of the new residents or denizens of Kaldanesh, a Ter Shira'in. Their name was Dimitra of Kolistia, and they had come up to the surface to basically barter for protection for their people, because a couple things have happened since the last time you were here. One being that contact between your people and theirs has caused a illness to spread throughout the citizens of Ter Shira, because they don't have much of an immune system. Well, at least not to surface diseases. Because of that, their dwindling numbers are no longer able to safely protect Ter Shira from the children of Ket, which was explained to you that while the surface dwellers of Cyrene are the children of Rin, the prime goddess, it is said that, apparently, according to them, that those who exist in the depths, the ancient systems of tunnels and underground caves beneath the surface, are the children of Ket, the spirit of Cyrene. You found out that they are being allowed to come up to the surface and are going to have a place to kind of stay in isolation because they don't want to intermingle too much with people of the surface, both for fear of getting them sick and growing more sick themselves.
Plus, they gotta get used to that whole sky business.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Like, they are all very, very pale, and it's very, very hot here. So, skin cancer is a concern. While talking with them, they seem to recognize Ayla's whip, which was interesting. And they took you with them, Ayla, back down to a section of the mines that they were using for a group called the Order of the Crimson Sand, a blood hunters order, which is dedicated to the protection of Ter Shira from the children of Ket. And you learned that the fact that the whip called to you and works for you suggests that you carry with you the blood of an ancient Alkanin. One must have descended directly into you, or to you, and that's why the whip functions for you. You also learned, because you were not the only one who had a whip like this, the Lightning Lash, you learned that it is made of the crystallized blood of those who didn't quite make it in time before the night the sky burned. So that wasn't great. But you did learn one of their rituals, which is that new initiates into their order are given a magical tattoo, which is created by mixing ink with blood, and you now have a minor skin infection from getting a blood tattoo. But other than that, you are doing pretty well. On your way back, because one crazy revelation wasn't enough, you also ran into your mom. And I mean that literally. You ran into her.
Yep.
And your mom was very surprised to see you. And I think you were pretty surprised to find out that, indeed, she gave up her nobility and left home, split up with her husband, and has been basically working in the Peace Corps. She has been doing the Serene equivalent of that. She has been helping to rebuild Kaldanesh, because as it turns out, when both of your kids go, you know what, fuck you, I'm leaving, that is usually enough to make you go, maybe I'm the asshole. Maybe I'm wrong.
Which, honestly, big ups to her for recognizing and changing.
Yeah,
That's
you figured it out.
amazing.
You figured it out way faster than Brooks did. Anyway,
Holy shit.
anyway. So, as you talked with her, you learned that I'm not going to say what she did was justified, because it wasn't. Not even kind of. However, there was more of a reason to it than just what a bitch. You learned that when you were born, or shortly after you were born, you were given a prophecy by none other than the Queen of the Fae, Titania. And she prophesied that you would help to save the world and that you would give your life in doing so when you went to Mother's Jail. And they thought that sucks. So they tried to keep you away from that life by any means necessary, and in doing so, pushed you away exactly into that life because yada yada, fate and prophecy is bullshit. Because it's really easy to make prophecies when you already know what happens. Anyway. Classic. Anyway, just ask Rialto.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Meanwhile, as you were all getting caught up in the tavern, Ramiel went and grabbed Orion and returned to Mitra Glorianda to speak with his sister. He also took Shizu of the Azure with him. While there, they were all able to talk with one another and kind of figure some things out, as it was decided that Ramiel would adopt his birth name. Well, part of it anyway. He would be the prince, effectively. And Prioress Vicenzia also decreed that Mitra Glorianda... Fuck.
Issues again?
It's frozen. It's completely frozen.
Oh, yeah, it is. Holy shit.
Oh, well, I heard that. Okay. It's back.
I was going to say, you're not...
Okay.
Okay, looks like the stream's good.
Okay. Anyway.
Back at the beginning of that sentence.
Hold on, her computer's struggle bussing. It's weird because I hear the music just fine.
Yeah, no, it literally is like everything video-wise is just stopping. I don't know why. Okay. We'll see what happens. So, on Mitra Glorianda, Prioress Vicenzia decreed that this time the elves were not going to just keep to themselves, that they would indeed participate in this battle, even though she got some pushback from some of her generals who were there, who suggested they really didn't have anything to spare as they have been embroiled in a centuries-long war against the Devilkin. She said, I don't give a shit. We will find something to send. We're not going to be empty-handed on this one. And it was decided that they would find some of the forces to the north of Mitra Glorianda, and she assigned her sister, Shizu of the Azure, to take command of those forces and serve as a general in her army. Shizu was uncertain and nervous, apprehensive, we shall say, about doing that. Vicenzia was having absolutely none of it, as she basically said, I have sat here for the better part of the last 15, 20 years doing this by myself while you sulked in a cave. Fuck off, you're in charge. And Shizu, as it turns out, doesn't have anything to say to that. So, anyway, Ramiel also requested some titles and decrees of nobility be passed down to the rest of the mortal reminders, which his sister was only too happy to do. And around that moment, everyone was suddenly called back to Mother's Jail. Your recruitment drive was cut short, as when you returned, you found out that the Draconic Legion is preparing to march from the Ivory Gate to Shipswallow, despite it being the dead of winter. Normally, armies cannot travel on Mother's Jail in winter. It's just not realistic. However, if it's true that the Draconic Legion's army is becoming more and more demonic and less of a, an actual mortal army, maybe they are able to now. But either way, we learned that their plan is to put Shipswallow under siege, which would effectively ruin the kill your momentum and ruin your abilities to continue operating come spring. To that end, you were given a bold new proposition from General Tashira. A individual from Argenti's Dominion by the name of Riki had made her way across the Ice Scale Mountains, braving a very dangerous journey to come visit you in Shipswallow and beg of the Children of the Deep to come and liberate Argenti's Dominion from the tyranny of Drahana. However, she knows that in most circumstances, Argenti's Dominion does not really hold a whole lot of strategic value, which is why you hadn't already gone. But she revealed that deep within one of the temples there is a secret path that leads into the mountains, and there is a small, treacherous, but very much there, passageway through the Ice Scale Mountains that will lead you into Ivory's lands. You would come out behind Ivory's Solitude and have, in theory, a straight shot to the Morning Peak. Now, she told you this would not be a big enough path to move any kind of an army through or any equipment through, but a small, skilled group, possibly.
Where could we find such a thing?
I can't imagine. Therefore, it was decided that while you all take the forces that you have gathered, as well as the Navy that is still mostly in High Wall, and sail to go liberate Argenti's Dominion, General Tashira is going to march basically all but 1,000 soldiers out of Shipswallow, across the icy Shipswallow Bay, and take Lostport and begin that operation now. The idea being that it will force Ivory to move her forces out of the throat and move them towards the jaw to hopefully divide those forces and keep them distracted while you sneak in through the hidden passageway. Needless to say, it's dangerous, but the hope is that when the Ivory or the forces of the Draconic Legion arrive at Shipswallow, all that will be there is a small skeleton army that is masquerading as a much bigger army. And they'll basically be putting nothing under siege. So that's the hope. That's where we left off, I think.
Sounds right.
More or less.
Yeah, we'd just been given our titles, which Ayla looks oh so thrilled about.
Well, that is exactly where we're going to pick up as Tashira finishes reading off your titles and nods to each of you. Congratulations, my lords and my ladies.
I'm noble. I am noble now. This I don't feel much different. I thought I would feel different.
I'm honestly speechless. This is too much.
Where's the gold? I was promised gold.
Turns out even nobles can be poor.
Well, that's
Oh,
bullshit.
Yeah.
See, you haven't fucked over enough people for the gold.
Ugh,
That's
this is
alright.
true.
We're rich in friendship.
I don't think.
That's one way of putting it.
I don't think rich in friendship gives me the act. Yes.
The silver-scaled dragonborn who's there just raises an eyebrow at you all.
I tease.
Yes, as far as the greater courts of nobility is concerned, these are official titles recognized by courts aware of the Mitra Gloriandon family. Perks of knowing a prince and all.
So, does this mean I get the castle?
I could ask my sister.
Yes.
Theoretically, you are a regent, says Tashira, so you should have a castle, yes, or at least a manor or lands.
Yes. This is good.
And I understand that, Ayla, this is not necessarily a thrilling bit of news, given how hard you worked at
Running
not-
away?
Yes, effectively running away from such frivolities. But
Yeah, you're
You
a
know,
noble twice over.
that I am. I mean, we all have to do our part in the war, and I figured I've done a lot of thinking on this. Part of my duty to my people, to the people I love and cherish. Accepting a responsibility as living again. Well, small price to pay. Not every day that you come across a bunch of friends that you keep for life. Wasn't until I met you all that I understood how my mother felt about Rialta, about Falah, about Brux. Well, felt it appropriate to at least have some oh my god, what's the word for it? Some tangible token to express how much I appreciate you all. And as he's saying as he's talking about this, he's kind of like trying to shrink into himself, kind of like not looking at any of y'all, and just kind of like ringing at the belt sash that he has. He's steadily turning red.
Really,
I
I'll just
suppose what I'm saying is I love you guys, and don't fucking die.
Braille
Yes?
will just slam hug him.
I was gonna say, Layla will step up and join the hug. Romeo, darling, you must be quiet. If you keep going much
Trips.
more, you'll make me cry, and you should never make a lady cry.
The ribs. Love you guys.
You
Ribs.
don't need the ribs for crushing.
Braille will release just slightly. We're
Ugh.
family. We're not just friends. We're family. Now, we're like blood brothers. Is that what they call them?
Well, I don't believe we are sharing blood quite yet, but
I
certainly
think we
on the
shared
back.
a good amount of blood.
I suppose that is true. I meant the blood.
You did all shed blood together. I
Yes,
guess that
that
counts.
is what
yeah.
I mean.
I mean, it depends on what you're into. We pulled the curtain for that. That's between all of y'all.
I suppose that is true. Either way, they'll join in the hug. Ramiel getting sentimental. Never thought I'd see the day.
Yes, well, I'm romantic at heart. You met me.
Riki approaches you all. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not here for the benefit of my people. But I thank you nonetheless. Argenti's dominion is to many a frozen rock by the sea that doesn't mean anything. But to me and mine, it is home.
We don't have to understand why you like your home to know that it doesn't deserve to be under tyrannical rule.
I will offer what aid I can. I am a skilled ranger. I don't know how useful that will be at sea, but do my best. And you can count on me as part of your army at least until it's liberated. No. After that, I'll want my revenge, so even after.
Well, I was gonna say I don't know how much use be at sea, but getting through a treacherous mountain pass seems like the kind of thing we could use a ranger for.
I will do my best to lead you through. I've never gone all the way through, but I have spent some time in the past.
That's all right. We all must do the best that we can. That's all we can ask for.
Well then, I think I will go and do what I can to make myself useful to the cause here until we're ready to go. She excuses herself. And once she leaves, Tashira glances at you all. I don't detect any dishonesty in what she says, but keep an eye on her.
Do you suspect there is another motive at play here?
I don't know. But we didn't get this far by taking stupid chances and not double-checking things.
Well, we shall watch her carefully, and if nothing else, Breely has a good sense of smell.
She nods. Well, then this is where we will part ways.
You're leaving?
I intend to lead the army across Shipswallow Bay to Lostport.
Very well. I will just kind of look to the others if they want to say something to Tashira.
Good luck.
Did you guys let Ramiel go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, he's wending his way past y'all and stands at attention in front of Tashira.
At ease.
Permission to speak freely.
Granted. Major.
And small pause. His lower lip trembles, and he's gonna hug her.
She hugs her.
When I said don't die, that also means you, Mum. I can't be the one to break the news to you. I can't be the one to break the news to her.
Better people than Drahana have tried. I will do everything in my power to come back safe. And likewise, I do not relish the idea of having to tell Melody that her children have died in this war. So if you do not come back, I will go to the Geistmoor, and I will drag you back.
Well, I can't rightly die.
Agreed.
If I die, there's no wedding.
They nod in agreement. I would suppose so. Well, all right then. Mortal reminder. I will be taking some of your individuals with me. Unfortunately, the dark side is not yet repaired and operational, but we are going to try to get it moved to High Wall so that it can be repaired or at least not fall into enemy hands. Meanwhile, I bid you all go to High Wall. The fleet should be assembling there. I've left it in command of Liliana. Jesus. My own character. Captain Liliana has been given a field promotion to admiral while Canis is missing in action. So to that end, you'll be working with her. You have command of the operation, Ayla. However, in terms of the naval side of things, I expect you to yield to Admiral Akanai's discretion.
Of course. I wouldn't dream of anything different.
Very good. Once the invasion of Argenti's dominion proper begins, you have command. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Oh, don't worry. She will make sure everyone knows.
No. Not Akanai. No one who has come from another continent. Not the Argenti. You have command.
If anyone tries to take it, they're in for a shocking surprise.
Excellent.
She means it literally.
I know.
Oh, I didn't know if you'd seen that.
It's hard to miss.
She kind of winces and rubs at her scars.
Well, they do glow. Don't get me wrong, it's a good look.
I agree. Very clearly.
All right.
A little candle in the night. I will say at nighttime it gets to be a bit much, but that's what eye masks are for. Anyway.
I am going to leave today for Castle Treya. I intend to gather up as much of the Warden Republic as possible for this assault on Lostport. And I will need their most skilled individuals for making the trek across Shipswallow Bay. I don't know my way around the ice like they do.
Makes sense.
Right.
Best of luck to us all.
And to you.
And they exit the tent.
Well.
I don't know about you lots, but I'm terrified.
Oh, it's certainly not not the mission or plan we were expecting, but well.
In a
Watch-
way, I've become numb to the terror.
I don't know if that is healthy or not, Doctor, but I suppose you would know better than me. Yes,
Well,
Because we are
I just
scared.
mean, ever since our first encounter with their creatures, all the way back when, I feel like everything since that, and then Gus, and I mean, it's kind of just been one long, constant state of fear, in one way or another.
Ugh. Sometimes I miss my old ways. I feel like I was more fearless and brash back then. But nevertheless.
However,
And-
we won't let it hold us back.
Think of it this way, at least none of you have a fate prophecy about you.
Well,
I'm sorry, what?
When I was born, Queen of the Fae apparently appeared to my mother.
Wait. Hold on, pause. What?
you're going to start at the beginning. Ramiro wasn't there.
Oh, we ran into my mother, and well, I literally ran into her.
Okay, wait, okay.
I thought you were-
Clearly, a lot of things happened.
Well, I believe you were aware that we discovered that Ayla's parents split up and were on different continents. I thought we mentioned that.
Yes, how in the ever-loving fuck did you manage to find your mother of all people?
Literally walked into her.
Fey prophecy?
DM's got one idea.
Sheila, not now.
And a prophecy from the Queen of Fae about you specifically. Saying what? What are you supposedly destined to do?
Child born of storms will wield a lightning bolt in her chest and return to the storms. I feel like there was
Ella.
another line, but I don't remember it.
What was the full prophecy?
Hold up. Born from the storms, to the storms you return, become a hero who will stop the final court, help stave Mother Jailsen. Help stave Mother Jailsen.
So, well, it feels like very flowery language of giving life up, but I know nothing of Fey prophecy, so I say fuck it. I don't
I'm
know why
of
my
that
French accent went Scottish there, but we're going to ignore that.
I'm of that same camp. I can't rightly invite you all to my wedding when some of you are not here.
That is true. Is this wedding been planned, or what's going on here? You kept saying wedding.
Yes. Do fill us in, please.
Well, evidently,
Evidently.
Orion had asked my older sister's blessing to marry me, and well, the actual proposal got cut short, but I do intend to accept it.
Why did it get cut short? What happened?
Well, he tried to propose in a bloody cemetery of all places.
Wait. So you were dissatisfied with the proposal?
Well, that, and we also got pulled
Well,
back.
Why
Of cou-
did you not start with this news?
Well,
Think-
there were a few things that
I
required
thought we were
that-
family. I mean, that's important too, but we're family.
I think Ayla kind of smirks. You're welcome, by the way.
Who was that directed to?
At Ramiel.
Oh.
Because she literally shoved him at Orion back in, like, episode 1.
True.
Where
Eh.
is it? And Brayley will start to look for anything on his finger.
Well, he does still have the promise ring from like way back. That's the only ring that's on him right now.
Well, he's got to make a new one, apparently. I mean, he does
Well, that-
craft things.
Well, he
that will hardly do, of course.
he didn't quite get to finish, so
Oh, that's sad when that happens.
No, Brady, it's a ring.
oof.
I'm pretty sure Ryan has no problem finishing. I'm just
But-
saying. Either way, no ring, not an appropriate proposal, so I suppose you're going to have to wait for it to happen again.
that I am, and again, I do intend to accept it.
I see, I
just
see. But you have not
not,
officially accepted these yet.
Well,
I'm
You're already
just
planning a wedding and it's not official?
teasing. Rabio's just very quick on the jump, but either way.
Well, it's
Congratulations.
more that he beat me to the he beat me to it is the thing.
Oh, did you have a ring planned?
I wanted to ask him after the war was over.
Well, I
Him
mean,
and
this-
Canis.
You can still do that.
Yes, I just you know, I intended to tell my family first. Get their blessings and whatnot.
Oh,
and,
I get it.
yeah.
You have my blessing.
Listen, go be happy and have babies. But first,
I
Well.
don't think that's physically possible for any of us, really.
you're a
But,
sorcerer, aren't you?
Magic?
Yes, but that's not exactly my purview. I mean, I don't know how my mother's managed not one but 3 children, but
Yeah.
I was going to see.
Don't you know the stories when two people love each other very much and one of them has magical talents?
Yes,
one
yes,
day
I
go
know
and
about
talk to
Mr.
each
Squawk
other.
and all. I know about him. I just don't know how to get into contact with him.
Oh, well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of time to figure that out. Once all this war business is dealt with.
Which, if we are good and lucky, shall be sooner than we think.
Yes, it's just I realize I may be getting ahead of myself, but I figured it's better to have plans for the future, because that means that having plans for the future, you are determined to see this through.
That is
And
true. It
I
is,
sorry, go ahead.
it is good to have things to live for. That's all.
Yes, prior to meeting all of you, I never really meeting all of you really. Melody taking a chance at accepting me. Never really thought I'd get this far.
It's midday right now.
Are you getting sappy again, Ramiel?
Ugh.
He is. Then Brayley will go in for another big hug.
Don't crush the ribs this time. We do need him to have a beating heart.
Yeah, he doesn't need ribs for that.
She'll release him and then dust off
Maybe.
the fur.
I don't know, I'm not a doctor.
I give a very literal definition to a bear hug. Oh,
It's just the love. It's
well-
all consuming.
Speaking on a purely technical level, no, the ribs have nothing to do with the functioning of a heart.
Oh no, I meant we don't want the ribs to puncture the heart. That was my
That-
point.
That would cause some problems.
That was all I meant.
Around that moment, Kalika bursts into the tent. Where's Ayla? I heard she's a princess.
Over here.
She
Remember,
ru-
it's your majesty now.
She runs over and kneels down in front of you, Ayla. Princess Ayla. She seems very pleased with herself.
Ramiel, what fucking title did you give us?
what do you mean?
Oh, you were just all made.
Gestures.
You were just all made lords and ladies.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
I swore we wrote this down somewhere.
we did.
Yeah. No. She
Well,
has
it was
just
more
decided
of
that
a,
you being
like-
given a new nobility means you're a princess, and she wants to call you that.
To be fair, are those nobility titles connected by blood? Because by blood, then you are also a princess.
Oh no, what have you done?
I don't. I'm aware what
Gonna
I've
look
done.
at Ramiel.
She gets the biggest smile on her face.
I am fully aware what
Biggest
I've done.
shit-eating grin on his face right now.
Princess Kalika.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It fits me. I need my kingdom.
Well, Sutton is another continent, but
That's fine. Let's go there.
well, we can't right now, but later.
Ugh.
Currently ravaged by a century-old war, but that's a matter for another time.
If you ask Ailey
can fix
nicely,
it.
she might fly you over there.
Princess Ayla, can we go?
After the war.
Boo.
The lady has
Boo.
spoken.
It's a long flight. It's real high up there.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I should mention before you find out in an awkward way, Mom is here.
Okay, I just take a step back. It sounds like a
She-
family moment.
Blinks a lot.
Like cough fade into background.
The queen?
Figured
is here?
telling you would be better than literally running into her like I did.
Did you just call her the queen?
Yeah, she's like, the queen is here?
No.
Wait, you mean our mom?
Yeah.
Ew. Why?
I ran into her on Mother's jail. She explained a lot from our childhood and why she and Dad split up. And
Wait, what happened? Because last I heard, you were going to shank her and shit in her vault. What the hell? What happened?
Well, we did try.
Didn't we shit in her vault?
Not me. I don't think there was a vault.
Oh,
Yes,
who
it could be.
remembers?
I think didn't we leave something behind?
You left a statue behind.
apparently, the way that they were. Well, for one thing, after we both ran away from home, they figured out, oh, we fucked that up.
Yeah. I'd
But
say
part
so.
of why they were the way they were is they were trying to prevent me from fulfilling a prophecy that was given to Mom when I was born.
You got a prophecy about you? You get everything cool. You get to be princess. You get cool lightning tattoos. You
Is
probably...
it cool that it really sounds like it's going to kill me?
Okay, I need you to look at it this way. Millions of people die every day from way less cool shit than ancient lightning tattoos.
That is an excellent perspective. If you'd like, I can remind you of some truly less interesting ways you could pass.
Some people die of dysentery. They shit themselves to death.
Okay, exploding with lightning sounds a lot better than that, actually.
Agreed. Count your blessings.
Anyways, she and I were talking when we got called back here, and it didn't seem like the kind of thing where I could just refuse an extra pair of hands, and she was willing to help.
They're her hands, though.
Her hands can tie a bandage as well as anyone else's.
Ugh. I mean, yeah. If you don't mind it being tied, like, pretentiously.
She's kind of jacked now, actually.
What?
Yeah, she was doing manual labor in Alcana.
She, like, hit her head or something?
No, her kids ran away and she divorced her husband. And then
Good
went to
call
Alcala
there.
to help with the reclamation project.
Hey, where the fuck was this lady? This lady been a way better mom.
Anyway,
Can I
thought
kill
you should
her?
hear it from me.
say, can you kill her?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you're
sorry.
physically capable of it.
Oh, right. Sorry. Major.
Wrong title.
Requesting. Right. Commander, requesting permission to murder that bitch.
I don't think I'm allowed to give you that.
Well, then what the hell good is being a commander or a princess? Okay, maybe you can't give me permission to kill her. Will you arrest me if I do kill her? I don't want to kill her.
It's all right to be angry, and you certainly don't have to talk to her if you do not wish to.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one.
Yeah, like I said, I thought you should know that she's around before.
Yeah, thanks. Although if she's jacked and doing manual labor, I might not have recognized her.
Yeah, well,
I can't imagine Mom tying bandages for injured people. Normally she would say, like, ew, gross.
yeah, apparently a lot of that was to try to push me away from enjoying fighting, so I didn't go fulfill the prophecy.
Oh, well, she fucked that one up.
Yeah, I told her as much, because, like, every book she read us as children where there was a prophecy, you make it happen by trying to avoid it.
So you're telling me that our parents were both assholes and dumb?
Yes.
That sucks. Ramiel, I'm taking your parents now. Melody and Tashira, my mom and dad now.
That's something that you have to take up with them.
All right, I'm going to tell them you said it's okay. And she leaves.
He does the Beifong from Korra.
I'm sure that will have no consequences whatsoever.
We're, like, in the middle of winter, right?
Yeah, it's winter.
And Ayla's gonna look at Nova. Could I maybe borrow you and Asuka for the evening? And maybe dress warm.
Very well. I can do that. Is there something we as a group need to do?
No.
time?
Those who are being assigned to you have all been given instructions to travel to High Wall, because that's where you're all going to initially gather up. Then you'll transport over to Silver Reach, and that'll be your staging ground for the attack.
So it's today kind of our last, like...
It's your last time in camp with everybody.
Okay. Well,
Ella, if you're going to do what I think you're about to do, don't take the cliff. I call dibs on that.
don't take say what's now?
The cliff.
The cliff?
The cliff by the camp. Well, you
All
found
right,
me?
we'll take another cliff.
It's scenic.
In any regard, well, I've got evening plans. Before the evening, really, would you like to do something in the afternoon or in the late at night?
Can we do it all?
Do what all?
I don't. What were you saying?
I was asking. She's
I
just
kind
asking
of-
if you want to go on a date in the afternoon or late at night.
Oh.
I
After
kind of
this
wanted to,
thing with Ayla and Asuka. Either before or after that.
Oh, I
Trying to
see.
plan. I'm playing Persona right now and trying to plan my social calendar, okay? I mean, we can meet again late at night, but if you want to do something during the day.
No,
All
you're
right.
not allowed out at night. You have to rest. The cat says so.
Shut up, cat! Shut up, Morgan.
I don't have a preference, Ayla.
I'm going to be busy for the rest of the afternoon.
Okay, so I guess we can do something evening.
Okie dokie.
Well, Layla, while these lovebirds have their own adventures this afternoon. Would you care to join me for a lovely stroll? I need to talk oh whoa, I'm Ramiel. Hello. Um, I need to talk with the Ryan
I must
about.
speak with other Ramiel. And I could use an observer to make sure I'm not crazy.
Ramiel just goes over, starts talking in the mirror. You're like,
Why do I feel
I've
like
seen
that
that
would be
before. He
on
has a
point?
dread demon in his head.
Yes, I need to ask Orion about meeting me in later tonight. But uh if um if you're free, was there anything that you would like to do? A little
Well,
solo adventure between you and I.
I did have a conversation I needed to have, but I suppose I can arrange that for the evening with everyone else's business. Um, but yes, a walk sounds lovely, darling.
Beautiful. And he'll offer his arm up to her.
Oh, they're fancy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, before you go, Ayla will put a hand on Ramiel's shoulder and kind of lean in. You might want to tell Orion I plan on setting the bar high. And of course, I'm not taking your cliff. You can't get to my cliff.
Okay.
Oh, woof.
It's okay. My cliff has a sentimental value. It's not about how high it is.
It's about how you use the cliff.
it's the motion of the erosion.
I like that. Motion of the erosion. That's really good.
That's a good
And
one.
he's more simple. Uh, he's a simple man with simple needs. So you know.
He'll just smile, pat you on the back, and let you and Layla go.
And you
Alright.
hear him mutter under his breath and go like, "It's not a bloody fucking competition, damn."
All evidence to the contrary.
I rather think it seems to be one.
Well, it's not a competition.
Alright,
I,
Nova
um,
needs to do some things this afternoon.
All right. Well, yeah. It seems we have a lot of people who want to do some stuff. So, Nova.
I haven't decided yet. Someone else
Okay.
go.
Never mind. Let's just continue then with Layla and Ramiel as you two leave.
Sounds good.
Ramiel's gonna find Orion's tent.
Not hard to do. I mean, you know where the second chances are all set up, and indeed, as you find their little area of the encampment, you see that Rain is there, looking like she is back in fighting condition. As next to her is Violet, resting around the camp. Asuka is enthralling them with the tales of what she saw on Terrason. And indeed, Orion is just kind of scratching the back of his head, like, I don't know that I got the heart to tell you that I saw Mitra Glorianda, but all right.
You know, no biggie. Just got
Go
to
off,
visit.
I guess.
But slay, queen.
Just got to visit the mythical elven you know paradise. But you know, yeah.
Was it really a paradise? Not really.
Not really, no. But that's
I wouldn't
how
say
it's,
so.
it's how Mitra Glorianda has been purported as around the elven community.
And everyone believes that Mitra Glorianda is a
That
paradise.
depends. How flexible's your definition?
Yeah. Depends on what you do for a living, I suppose. Career soldier? Absolutely. And they all kind of glance up as you two approach.
Might I have a word with your leader?
They kind of all like glance at each other and just grin. Yeah, is it Oscar speaks up. Yeah, is it time for his inspection?
Blink, blink,
Definitely,
tilts his head.
definitely suppressing a giggle.
No, I merely needed to speak with him.
Rain then chimes in. Probably wants to make sure he's up to dress code, something like that. And then Violet, who doesn't speak the language nearly as well, goes, probably wants penis. And the other two just look at her like she's trying.
You're not wrong, but you can't just say that.
Look, Violet's learning the language still. She's doing her best.
All right.
Orion glances down at the three of them. Ha ha, enjoy your jokes. I happen to know that well, I'll be assure you just as mature when Ayla or one of them comes calling tonight. And he walks over to Ramiel. Please lead on from these comedians.
Oh well, it was just something brief. Would you care to do you have plans tonight?
Not really. I mean, other than my usual duties in the army.
Okay, good. Well, afterwards, would you care to meet me on that cliffside? And he points some ways away.
Yeah,
There's
I'll
a
bring a extra blanket.
there's a matter of importance that must needs be discussed.
As you say. And he nods. I'll meet you there just after sundown.
Wonderful. And he pats the top of his arm, and looks to the rest of them, and bows his head. Ladies?
The other three of them are all making like kissy motions at you.
He is trying so hard to be mature right now.
They're not.
Why
Very,
bother?
Mhm.
I mean, Rain's like one of the only single people here, so she's like, I don't give a shit. Violet, her love interest is in another dimension, and Asuka, I mean, she's dating half the party, so and Orion wants over. Needless to say, we'll be joining you for your excursion into Argenti's dominion.
Wonderful. I am told that the the journey will be somewhat treacherous for people who are not acclimated to the harsh weather.
Well, I can safely say that I'm not exactly acclimated to this kind of weather, but well, we'll all find a way to make do, I'm sure.
Perfect.
Rain calls out, you want us to know how they keep warm on Sunlock? Orion glances over. Lieutenant, I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to your next review. Rain flips him the bird.
Yes, well, all jokes aside, I truly am grateful that the lots of you are here, and that you all are willing to do what is right. Coming from very varied backgrounds and all, united by single purpose.
Orion thinks about that. Look, everyone's got their own reasons for being here. I mean, Oscar was this or a jail cell, most likely. For me, I got a whole lifetime of bad choices that I made before I knew you to make up for. Rain's mom tried to kill her, so, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. Rain, again, calls out, "Fuck off!" And Violet... I'll be honest with you, I don't know what's going on with that one. She, we don't communicate particularly well, but I point at something and she punches it, so simple enough.
From what I remember of her story, she seems to have been plucked from her world, and is trying to find a way back home.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know that much, but, you know, all the little things that you pick up on about someone, she's got a vocabulary of about 200 words at this point, so we can only communicate so much.
Well, for what it's worth, she is a woman of she may not use words as flowery as my vocabulary, but what she says has a way of having impact, and I can't tell you how touching it is that she's making the effort to learn our native language in an effort to communicate better.
You can see that, like, as Violet, like, looks over, like, she knows you're talking about her because she heard her name, and she, like, glances over and then but blinks and then looks at Asuka as if asking, you know, what'd they say? What are they talking about me? And Asuka leans over and whispers in her ear for a moment, and she kind of makes a face and then looks at you and goes, puts her tongue between her fingers. Orion rolls his eyes. Asuka! And Asuka nods. My bad. And she whispers something else, and then Violet, like, gives her a look, like, of confusion. Sorry about them.
Why
They
do
are,
you lie?
they're getting a little antsy.
I mean, it's understandable. We're about to embark on a very perilous operation.
Oh, that's not the problem. The problem is they haven't had anything to do for a month, and now they're getting antsy.
Ah,
They're very much looking forward to the operation.
I see. Okay, well,
I want you to know that in my head, the second chances are the Guardians of the Galaxy. That is, like, my inspiration for them.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you have your work cut out for you. Oh fuck, what's his title again? Commander?
Captain.
Captain. Jesus Christ, I really should write this down somewhere. I thought I did.
To be fair, it has changed.
Yeah, he's been promoted since it started. As have you all.
Yeah.
What's his fucking last name?
Moraine.
Moraine. I should know this. It's on there. Fucking.
It's fine. He's going to take yours eventually.
Oh my god. Which one?
Yes.
You.
Well, it sounds
He
like
certainly
you have
isn't keeping his last name.
It sounds like you have your work cut out for you, Captain Moraine. I'll leave you to it then.
He smiles. I'll see you tonight.
Kind of glances over at the second chances. Says fuck it. And grabs the strings on his shirt, pulls him down into a kiss.
They all start cheering.
Hell yeah.
You hear this just cacophony of cheers, and then Violet go, "See, penis." And Asuka's like, "Yes, honey."
That's right. Good job.
You think maybe Asuka told her that is how you say affection or love, and she has been a little misled.
Oh no. Oh honey.
Listen, someone's got to teach this girl language, and Asuka may have been the wrong choice.
It's the word games with Fez from that 70s show.
Before before Ramiel he'll break away and before Ramiel actually leaves the tent with Layla, he'll tap the diadem to do the zone of the where they can do the comprehend languages thing.
Mm-hmm.
And look over at Violet and go like, by the way, you've been saying penis the entire time. I don't know if that's what you meant to say, but that's what you have been saying.
She punches Asuka in the face. And you just see Asuka go down like a sack of potatoes.
Is it bad that I feel like that's when Ayla walks up to ask Asuka, like, for her evening?
As she starts cursing at Ayla in, well, you can understand it, Ramiel, because you have the comprehend languages, but no one else understands the language that she is speaking.
Dishonor on your family? Dishonor on
Basically,
your
yeah,
tribe?
basically.
What did I do?
Dishonor.
I mean-
no, she's cursing at Asuka.
We may not understand the words, but we understand the tone and cadence.
I'm going to tell you this. To quote Robbie Landis, you don't have to speak the language to know when someone's saying "fuck you." There is an energy that comes with dropping the F word, and yeah.
I feel like Ayla just looks down at Asuka. The fuck did you do?
I might have suggested to Violet that penis is how you say love.
I mean,
I see.
sometimes.
Well, that can
Yeah,
be
for some
easily,
people.
Mhm. Well, that can be
I
easily
mean-
fixed.
Can't say I
Pilot.
blame you for that.
It was really funny.
Kinda
Uh,
sad I missed it.
Violet, this is how you say that, and he'll double tap the diadem to turn it off again.
Violet nods, and then looks at Asuka. He loves him. And Asuka nods. Yeah, but it's not nearly as funny. She sits up and like straightens her jaw. Oh.
I don't
think,
think Ayla has any healings of any kind.
She's not. She doesn't need healing. She's just dealing with having gotten punched in the face.
Well, yeah, I was assuming the bruise, right?
Oh well, there will definitely be a bruise on her cheek before long. Violet punches hard.
Mm-hmm.
Bunching girl.
She's a vicious, violent vixen voiding vindication. Come on.
Ayla will just look down at Asuka. Could I possibly steal you for the evening?
Please.
Along with Nova?
Oh,
Alright.
double please.
Probably best if you dress warm.
She raises an eyebrow. Am I going to be taking those clothes off?
Okay,
Let's see where the night goes.
How about we?
Oh, we're like
move
actually
to-
going on something like romantic. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. I'll dress warm.
I mean, I don't plan on who will be taking them off, but somebody will.
I know what I'm doing now, by the way.
Okay.
Already.
Rain raises an eyebrow. Well, Violet, it's just you and me then. And Violet looks at her and goes. Rain raises an eyebrow. I could be tempted. Violet does not know what that means. Meanwhile, across camp.
You can't what?
You can't do this to
I think you
That-
killed Mal.
I think so.
I
That's
think
a-
now that the
That's
squeaks
a
have
drop,
happened.
by the way.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My voice has been really quiet this whole time. Anyway,
me. No, you sounded fine.
Across camp, Nova.
yeah. I do apologize for interrupting. I realized I didn't tell you that I did have a thought.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Well, after the whole group leaves, Noah will turn to Brayley. Well, it seems I have an engagement tonight, but well, in the meantime, do you want to take a walk?
Yeah, I love a walk.
Very well. And they'll take her to just somewhere a little quiet, like a little clearing area, and they'll sit down and take their eru, their musical instrument, out of their pack. Unfortunately, I've not had a chance to play in some time.
Yeah, not since that one night.
I know.
I think we all were. I can't remember most of that night.
There was, I think, much drinking and other things involved. But, well, I thought perhaps I could play you something less party oriented, or I can show you how it works.
Yeah. It looks very interesting. I've never seen an instrument like it before.
Did I tell you how I got it?
No.
They'll, after you're kind of sitting down, they'll put the instrument on the ground in front of you and sit behind you to kind of guide where your hands need to go. I used to work as a waitress at one of the taverns, trying to make money for Vic and I. And well, one day I was happened upon a patron who did not have much in way of tips, but offered to give me his instrument. I don't even remember what country he came from, but I'd never seen anything like it. He said that it was, well, not in the best shape, but if I wanted to fix it up and figure it out, it was mine. And, well, I thought maybe perhaps I could fix it up and sell it and get some gold that way. But, instead, well, I did fix it up and I tried to find any sort of scattered books of how to play and lots of experimentation and, well, I had a knack for it. I just learned to sort of make different musical sounds in my spare time. I had some knowledge of music, even though it was Vic who was the musician. But soon enough, my boss actually offered to have me perform sometimes for the other patrons during times when I wasn't working for extra tips, which I thought was great. Get some extra money, but they get a frown on their face. It's well, unfortunately, it could not last long. Well, Vic wasn't very happy. Music was supposed to be his thing. So, I thought at the time the right thing to do would be to just give it up to help his feelings. I regret that. But so it goes.
He doesn't deserve feelings.
Deserves no feelings whatsoever. I know. Ugh, I hope we don't have to deal with them much longer.
But now when you play, it's for you.
It is. I enjoy playing for all of you, but it's because I enjoy playing it. Not because anyone is telling me to or telling me not to. What about you? Do you learn music?
They tried that on me. I was more interested in scrounging on the dirt,
I suppose that
but
makes sense.
there's music in a lot of different things, maybe. The sound of two mushroom heads squishing together.
What sort of sound does that make? I wonder.
Puck could describe it more better than I could. Puck will just crawl out over here. Where has he been? And he'll just
Around.
make like a squeaking noise. That's a little annoying.
He just kind of like sways back and forth.
That sounds like when the arrow is not properly tuned, I will say.
What does a Eru sound like?
It's, well, it's like a string, if you've ever heard of viola. But I don't know how to describe it. I find it more ethereal, perhaps.
It kind of maybe like a. If a cry were to be a sing, maybe?
If it was a cry, it'd be a sing, you said?
I have no idea. Let's play.
If a cry was also a sing.
Like, if a cry were to be a. Oh, Braille thoughts.
You alright, sir, dear?
Yeah. And like she can feel your hand on hers, just like heating up a little bit.
My goodness. You're getting a fever.
No. I don't think so.
They get real close to your ear. I know. That was a joke.
Really gets goosebumps.
But they kind of help you like get your first like real good nice sound out of it.
Ooh.
There we go. Just like that. And then as you experiment, you will find all sorts of different notes and tones. Just whatever sounds pleasant. I'm not super musically trained, but I know enough to know that.
So you just hit the right notes and keep going
Mm-hmm.
based on how I feel.
Exactly. Something I think you are quite familiar at now. They're quite.
You hear Rashira in your mind say, "You've got game."
Back in her mind. Thank you. I learned from the best.
Will we meet them at some point?
What'd you say? Sorry.
Will we be meeting them at some point?
Meeting.
The best.
Oh, Rashira. It's already in my mind.
Oh,
Mwah.
sweet talker.
I have to be good at something. But yeah, as they continue, Nova will just kind of chuckle, keeping their chin on your shoulder as they're helping you practice. It's strange. To think our first time meeting was trying to keep you from someone pickpocketing you. And now look, you could probably tear them to pieces with your claws.
You're right. But they probably could also still pickpocket me if I'm not paying attention.
Well, that is why you don't hold the gold. I'm just kidding. But I think back then I think there was a protectiveness I was already feeling, even if I wasn't allowing myself to feel anything. Well, honestly, as I got to know you, I just felt you could do better.
And you? Wait, what?
Well, you know.
Do-
I felt, how you say, damaged, tarnished.
I never saw you that way.
You're very sweet. I mean, you yourself have
You're
gone
definitely
through.
a hard shell to crack, but
Ah, yes. Hard shells and gooey centers. But, well, Hardshell was because I didn't think I deserved anything else.
I want a chocolate truffle now.
Rashida, not now. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, as much as I think, since I've met you, I think we have both gone through quite a bit of change. Some of us in certain transformations, more physical than others. But in case I do not get the chance to tell you later, I want you to know that I love you.
Really is like feeling the words hit her. And as you play the music, and I've learned a lot about love, but I know that I love you too.
Thank you.
I hope we can keep learning together.
Me too. And I'll reach up to kiss your cheek.
Really will like turn your head onto her, like she'll deepen the kiss. Like,
there we go. Oh, all right. And
I'll
the
keep
music has
playing.
stopped playing. Stopped playing for a little
a
bit.
different kind of music is playing.
Exactly.
Record scratch.
Somewhere, Calcifer looks up and goes,
Where is he even alive still?
You have no idea.
No
He's been
idea.
undercover in Draconic Legion
I
lands.
was gonna
for the
say,
last
wasn't
4
the
months.
last we saw of him flirting with Ramiel?
Yeah, he
Yes.
was.
I would say it was Ramiel flirting
our
with
polycule.
him.
Yeah, I would say Ramiel was flirting
Yeah.
with him. And
Thought
he was
about
just like,
it.
all right.
Oh, he definitely thought about it. I mean, he just had his heart broken, so you know.
Yeah, he was like, dude,
What-
I just got broken up with.
I just got
What were we
broken up
talking
with.
about?
Calcifer.
Ram, it's
Oh.
your fault.
How could you not remember?
Calcifer
I-
Arkwright.
I was spacing out, dude.
Oh, no worries.
No. The spacing out was fine. I was just making fun of you. How could you not remember flirting
Yes.
with Calcifer?
He is
Oh,
somewhere
please.
in Draconic Legion lands.
I was
right now.
gonna say,
this
in
matched him
character,
up.
that's hilarious. That's actually very hilarious. Wait, who are we talking about?
Who was that?
My ears are burning.
Please, like I'd ever forget a wonderful man like him.
All right. So, while the two of them are playing music and confessing their feelings for one another, Ayla, you make your way out onto the treacherous peaks to the southwest of camp and go about setting up a date. Do you want to describe it now, or would you rather describe it tonight?
I was gonna wait until
Okay.
later.
Okay. Yeah. Then I think the only thing that happens between now and then
Say, I believe that would mean it's my turn.
I think that would mean it is your turn, yeah. Layla, after you separate from Ramiel, where are you off to?
Presumably it wouldn't be too difficult to track down our new admiral.
Here it would, because she's in High Wall.
Oh,
She is in High Wall overseeing the preparation of the Navy.
somehow that detail skipped my mind. Never mind then.
Yeah, she is currently in High Wall, which is where you're all going next. So as soon as this night's over, you'll be able to go see her.
Yeah, sorry, I had to disconnect there. That's on me.
That's okay.
No,
I get it.
I'm just gonna stroll around the camp then, I guess. Never mind.
You take a walk around the camp, and there's a very different energy here. Anytime an army has to buckle down for winter, it's a weird feeling in a military encampment, because on the one hand, theoretically, you're not going into battle and risking your life every day, but maintaining sizable army over the winter is hard. It is a massive drain on supplies, and if it's a brutal winter and it's harder to get supplies there, armies shed tens of thousands of people in the winter.
It's still tense. There's still
Yeah.
tension, but it's a very different flavor.
So as people are learning now that they're getting ready to start marching, there's a mixture of obviously the tension coming back of, oh, we're about to go into battle in the winter, which is interesting. And also, well, at least we're not sitting here just freezing all the time, because that sucks. So I think you'd pick up on that pretty quickly, that as General Toshira has begun to announce, which regiments are going where, some are going to High Wall, and some should be prepared to march towards Lostport. There's definitely a bit of reticence on the people marching to Lostport. They're like, wait, we're going to march over the frozen bay? That seems dangerous. And indeed, it is extremely dangerous. But
Old strategy.
I mean, it is a bold strategy, but it also means you don't have to try to take the Ivory Gate in the dead of winter, which is probably good. And it means you're not going to be stuck under siege here. So it's better than the alternative. But yeah, as you're just walking around, you notice a number of people trying to, how to put this, psych themselves up, I guess, to get ready to get back into the battle mindset. And as you're doing that, you see an individual that you know, but have only seen once before, and, well, they're kind of famous. And given who your patron is, your patron goddess, demigoddess is, you probably should know them better. Because currently at the northern end of the camp, talking with a few of the spellcasters there, you see Saria Bruxborn. She has a simple staff that has a hourglass on top of it and a spell book on her hip. And she's kind of leaning a little bit on the staff as she talks to the people. And when she spots you, she gives a nod, suggesting to come over.
Little wave, come over and wait that polite distance for the stuff to clear up before coming in. Because we originally saw her on Alcana, right?
Yep, you met her in Caldenesh the first time you were there. And she looks at you and offers a smile as she dismisses the others. Hello, Layla.
Got it. Glad to see you made it safely.
Yes, when Fala told me of Drahana and her involvement, well, I wasn't going to sit this one out.
Understandable, and thank you.
Oh, no, believe me, this is as much for me as it is for the world or for anyone else. My mom had some unfinished business with this, and, well, I kind of want to see it through.
Admirable. As did your sister.
She's lagging behind a little bit, trying to gather up all the volunteers and arrange for them to be here, but we're going to meet you all in High Wall.
Yes. How... I admit this is kind of awkward, but how well aware are you of her current situation?
Falaz?
Yes. And this is also asking for clarification since it underwent a change or two, and I don't remember exactly what is correct.
Yeah. She is a goddess. She is the the Sword of Night, the Blade of Night, and Saria nods. I don't know why I was surprised when she sparked. She's always been amazing. Don't let her tell you otherwise. Do you know she
Yes.
saved my life when we were young?
I was not aware of that. A lot of the stories tell a lot of the role the both of you played, but how you ended up there, not as clear.
After our mom left, we were left with our dad, and he was, well, the stories rightly omit him, we'll put it that way.
Oh,
One night he came home just drunk out of his mind and started hitting me, beating the shit out of me, really, and Fla wouldn't hear it, wouldn't see it anymore. She stood up to him. She killed him. And
deep breath.
After that, we ran away. Just the two of us for a long time.
Yeah. That's ever so tragic. I'm sorry. But at least you did come out of it alive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, of course, it was terrible, but it also led to so many good things in our life, if that makes sense.
Yes, that is sometimes, if you're lucky, the way of it.
It's how I found myself at the College of Arcanum. It's how I became a chronergist. That's how she wound up with the severed hand, and because she was with the severed hand, that's how she wound up a Whisper in Silence. Like, it's amazing how the worst things sometimes have a way of bringing us to the best things. And that's not to say that everything happens for a reason, because that's pedantic and bullshit. And
No,
having
but-
seen as much of time as I have, I can assure you not everything happens for a reason. But
I wouldn't deign to say anything so mundane as that. But there is still that value in seeing the upside.
what I found really interesting is that she chose you.
Yes, that is something I've given much thought to and have quite complex feelings on myself.
As long as I've known Falah, she has been someone for whom the ends justify the means. She believes truly that sometimes to get the ending you desire, to do good in this world, requires you to remove bad from it. She has always been like that. And maybe that's because she had to be when she was younger, or maybe because she was raised by a thieves guild. I don't know. And yet, her first... Oh, my goodness.
Roll off for inspiration recipient, including DM, D6.
Oh, thank you for the 500 bits. And we'll go... I'll be 1, Nova's 2, Layla's 3, Ramiel's 4, Brayley's 5, and Ayla's 6. That is a 6. Ayla, take an inspo.
Woo!
Aw, thanks.
Thank you for the 500 biddies. But she adds... I think it's so fascinating then that despite her view of the world, that the first champion she chooses is a pacifist, is someone who completely disagrees with her, who sees the world in an entirely different way.
As I said, I've given a lot of thought, and now that was similar to how she explained it to me, and that idea of removing the ill, not unlike excising something. There is a parallel within my skill set, but it's still somewhat difficult to reckon. And
Before her and her friends, for what they did, the divine were cursed, so to speak. Not in any way that we would necessarily think of as a curse, but they weren't able to change. They couldn't grow and evolve. They were very much stuck as they were. And I was worried when she ignited that it would be the same for her. And I kind of think that her choosing you might have been her way of showing that that wasn't true. I think that's her way of saying that even though she believes the world is a dark place and that the ends justify the means, she hopes it's not true. And she's willing to take a leap of faith that maybe it can be better than that.
In my thinking, the explanation I landed on was perhaps the hope that putting such a heavy weight of duty on someone so reluctant to carry it out would make sure it wasn't overused.
I definitely see why she picked you. You are a fascinating individual, Layla of the Sable.
Does the blush. Thank you. I'm just trying to make the world a better place. No
Now
more,
that
no
sounds
less.
familiar. My mom was like that. She wanted to make the world a better place, but more than that, she wanted it to be on her terms. She refused to let fate decide her future for her. That's something I've always kept. I'm skilled in chronergy. I can manipulate time. I can sometimes see other realities. I can see into the future. But I refuse to let anything be set in stone. We, all of us, have choice.
I can't disagree. I've always, in my own way, I suppose, approached life the same way.
She
just
is
sort of nod. And the tales say you're Neweast as well.
She smiles.
I suppose we share something of that attitude.
She nods. That I am. And well, I suppose as one Nivis to another, I have a gift for you.
Although, I suppose in another way, one could also see our approaches as supporting the idea of some things are set in stone.
In what way?
Now, that essential truth expresses itself no matter the surrounding circumstances. Perspective is complicated like that.
That it is.
And she just sort of shrugs.
But I know
find
that there are
myself-
too many worlds where I don't find the courage to be who I am.
I find myself in my contemplation of why I was the one chosen for this particular, chasing my own tail at times, like that.
Well, if you're ever able to figure it out, do let me know. I've never been able to figure out anything about my sister. Now, a gift for you. And she draws her spell book out, flips it open, and starts casting a spell. And just before the spell goes off, she draws her staff up and aims at it, and the spell condenses down into a tiny little bead. A small looking like, it looks like a glass bead frozen in time, the spell just before it goes off. And she puts it in your hand and closes your fingers around it. When you need it, you'll have it. She releases it. Just throw it at the ground. That's all you have to do.
Thank you. May I? And sort of indicate for hug.
Of course. She hugs you.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you, Layla. And I look forward to... She thinks about how she wants to word this. I look forward to liberating this city with you. She didn't want to say fighting alongside you because that wouldn't be accurate for you.
Well, thank you. We'll do our best to make sure all those on our side come out of it as much as they can.
Mm-hmm. And with that, she bows, takes her leave, and heads back into the camp. You may add to your inventory that you have one spell mote.
Okay.
What spell?
It's a... She doesn't know.
What?
It's a glass bead with a spell contained in it.
She didn't say what spell
Ow.
it was.
Yeah, she didn't
I
tell
was
us.
gonna say, presumably, I was just presuming it wasn't anything I recognized off my spell list, so I'm not trained in it.
But when do you use it?
When the
Said-
time is right, I'll
She
know.
said when you need it.
Oh God. What if I really need a? But what if I really need a fireball and it's like
When
the
you
big
need
man-
it, you will
the
have
man-
it.
Honest-
Well,
spell.
see, that's why she's a chronergy wizard.
Honestly, Nova, do you read no stories? When I know, when the time is right, I will know.
I'm just saying it does not seem smart. Spells could be anything.
Could be.
What
That's really great when you drop it and it's like just like a prestidigitation. Like it's like it like makes you feel like you're being hugged. You're like,
I-
Smoke bomb!
I really needed that to be a true res.
I really needed to heal myself here, and it's a fireball.
Smoke bomb! And it's just grease.
I mean,
Oh no.
find a powerful enough wizard, they might be able to identify it.
She could have. Does she like surprises? What is this?
She definitely does like surprises.
I was saying, chronergy wizard.
Actually, no, I like that idea. Smoke bomb! Good berry.
Aw. Yeah. You like throw it down, meteor swarm, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I needed a little more heads up for that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god, it's like the spell of many things. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, I'm just gonna draw a card at random and see what
Yeah,
it is.
just gambling, throwing it down. Oh, it's meteor swarm.
Roll a D100.
I am not seeing that.
It's not an actual thing. Just list that you have a spell mode so you
Okay.
don't forget.
I can do that.
Normally, when you do Arcana Bane, to all you Chronergy wizards out there, it only lasts for like an hour at most, and you can only do up to a 4th level spell. Saria is super powerful and super cool, and a DM and an NPC, so she can do
I was
whatever she
gonna
wants.
say, yeah, this is some DMPC bullshit. Do
Yeah.
not question.
For sure, like this is not the way Arcane
So
Abeyance
this
works.
is Schrodinger's spell moat?
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what it is.
Good to know.
It could be nothing. Maybe it's just she made you a little like glass bead.
You won't know until you smash it.
Light
It'll-
cantrip.
Maybe the spell moat was the friends we made along the way.
You just smash it, it goes, power of friendship, and then it just disappears. Well, fuck.
That does sound like something Saria would do. That evening, Ayla, as you gather up Asuka, who's fortunately was able to get her bruise healed up, and you grab, I presume, Nova and Brayley.
I think, yeah, whatever you.
Riley will be getting some meat at tavern after all the
I am due shock.
energy.
All right.
All right. Ayla, where do you take him?
She would have found. You said these were mostly like flat top mountains, like when we invaded, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of like plateaus and just like shelf-like hills.
I think she would have found like a pretty like relatively small one, you know, not one that was like the size of like one of the like prison camps or anything. That had like a good view of the water,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know where the sun sets in this map.
The sun
West.
sets in the west.
Right, but is it north or south? I don't remember what
Oh.
hemisphere we're in.
You're in the southern hemisphere, so it's,
Shit. Well, that might not work. Maybe we can't watch the sunset then. But
I mean, I feel
It's-
like
Good.
for dramatic purposes,
It's
you'd be
magic.
able
It's
to.
it's like the Titanic movie. The sun sits where we need it to be.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so
Fun
like
fact.
good view of like the sunset over the water. She's cleared off like all the snow in a good like a portion of it like the size of a small camp, set up like a windbreak and a tent with like effectively a blanket nest. She has a fire going with a pot of stew.
I am bundled, for I am small, and no longer have werewolf warmth.
Asuka looks like Shadowheart in the Christmas animated short, where she's just like shaking.
That's what the fire's for.
Mhm.
And the windbreak.
She's from a far more tropical environment.
Throws more logs on the fire.
I think I'm from a slightly colder environment, so
You're from Orem's Horde. You're used to the cold.
yeah. Doesn't mean I like it, but I'm more
Yeah.
used to it. But they go walking towards the fire, and she even wipes the snow away. We are being treated like queens tonight.
Well, that's good since she's a princess apparently.
That is true.
I'm never living that down, am I?
I heard
Nope.
you're all nobles now, so that's cool. I assume mine's in the mail.
Perhaps if you make friends with Ramiel, he can hook you up.
I'll just marry into it. As the sun starts to set, and it is beautiful, Asuka blinks. All right, not bad. Yeah, okay. I get it.
Good view?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty gorgeous. I've never been this high up before, so.
Well,
Maybe
I
it's just the air
aim to-
being a little thin.
Losing your breath, dear.
She grins.
You were saying, Ayla.
I before you two, I didn't know what it was to love someone romantically. Well, I suppose, Nova, you know what I was like before.
Ugh, I
Kind
mean,
of
a little bit.
running from thing to thing.
That's true.
And I didn't know it was possible to love someone as much as I love the both of you. And I guess what I'm saying, and she'll get down on one knee and pull out the ring box she got back in Stone's Throw. I want an after with the both of you. Whether I have to fight Kaldana to drag myself out of the Geistmoor or not.
Wow.
Guess you're marrying into being a princess after all.
She looks at you, Nova. I don't know what the protocol is on this. Do we both answer at the same time? Do we go alphabetically?
Okay. And on three.
Wait,
You rock, paper,
on
scissors
three or
for
three
it.
and then go?
Oh, good point. Three, then go.
Three, then go. Okay.
Okay.
One,
two,
two, three.
three.
Yes! Oh, man, that would have been awkward.
That would have been so awkward. I almost thought of it just for the kicks, but the moment's too serious.
And she walks over to take the ring.
Same.
So the ring Ayla would have gotten would be like a dark metal band with like light colored amethyst and diamond crushed in the middle of it, so that like when the sunlight hits it, it looks like a flash of lightning.
Wow. Asuka, she slides the ring onto her finger and kind of looks at her hand. So, it's beautiful. But Rain and Violet are gonna give me no end of shit.
Why?
We might have been teasing Orion a lot about, his relationship, and I figured I better join in on that so that they don't tease me instead. And now I'm getting married. Like, oh,
Oh, you were just joining in, not
Even just to protect you?
no, I don't need you to protect me. Thank you. I can handle myself. Though Violet does punch really hard.
You can dodge next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to work on that.
Dear, I thought I would be so awkward one. The ring is beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't really see myself as the getting married type.
Not
I think
for
that
love,
makes
at
three
least.
of us.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting ceremony. So, like, when we kiss, do we all kiss like at the same time, or do we do it like in a circular pattern? Like,
I suppose.
Like Ayla's face is, I didn't think I'd get this far.
sorry, I couch my uncomfortableness in humor.
Oh, do you now?
No, I know I hide it really well.
You hide it so well. Why am I being the serious one? Usually I am hiding things with deflection and humor. What have you done to me? I am the serious one.
Ooh.
I think Ayla just wraps her wings around the two of you.
Well, in any regard, we'll have plenty of time to figure this out. This will simply be the promise.
Yeah. One thing. When we get married, can we do it somewhere that none of us know?
Sounds perfect.
I want to go somewhere strange and new, and I want to swear my oath there.
Is there a place you have in mind?
No? Maybe Rest Hearth. I don't know.
And Kayla smirks at Nova. Maybe it's a good thing we got called back in before we hit all of the continents.
That's true. That's very true.
She smiles. Holy shit, I'm getting married. Oh my god.
What?
My dad would be so mad.
Why would he be mad at you be getting married?
Getting married to 2 other people, none of which are going to help the Thieves Guild out? Oh, he'd be furious.
Oh, well, he's dead now.
Yeah. Which means I'm going to go spit on his grave.
You didn't already?
No, I've done plenty of times. Every morning I pissed on his grave. Are you kidding me? It's the only reason I buried him.
Asuka, perhaps this could be a new leaf to turn of so that he doesn't need to. You don't need to watch over your shoulder for his shadow. Been doing so for so long, and well, you deserve better than that.
All right. Then I definitely don't want to get married in Jet's ambition.
Oh, no, it's not a problem. They'll lean over and kiss her cheek.
She leans against you.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Brayley.
In the meat!
In the
You are-
Brazilian steakhouse.
You're yeah, I mean you're down at the in the mess hall effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been eating steak. You know, obviously meat's a little hard to come by. I mean, other than what is hunted for in the area and what they can get. And it's not doing it for you tonight. I mean, first of all, it's all very cooked because they don't have the highest quality meat to serve here, so they really need to cook it. Like, you can't get your steak rare. It's a health concern. So, I mean, this well-done piece of rubber that you're chewing on, you're just like, all right.
Too much fire.
And without you meaning to, instinct starts to take over. You don't want to be served a plate of meat on a platter. You're a werewolf. You want to hunt. You are the apex predator in any setting you walk into. And this is bullshit.
Oh.
And you know, outside to the south is a forest.
All right. Really probably doesn't even like pay her tag. She probably just already transformed into a wolf and busting it out.
She's crashing out.
As you kind of step out and start walking off to the south of camp, a couple of guards are definitely like, Major? But you don't answer. And as you start walking forward, it turns into more of a stumble and then a jump forward, and then you're on 4 legs, tearing off into the forest to the south. And already the smells are amazing. Pine, earth, deer. Deer. No, that's deer. And it is time to eat.
Hell yeah.
As you tear forward, darting between trees, tongue lolling out, tail wagging. This is how a wolf is meant to hunt. Not to be served by some scrawny sack of bones. And as you burst into the clearing where you smelled it, you look over, and there it is.
Is Brayley having a boss battle? What is happening?
Yeah, the music's a little intense. It started off very magical.
Oh no.
Oh no!
That's no bueno.
Stumbling out of the forest here, there is a deer, kind of.
A dear friend.
Okay, dear adjacent.
Its eyes glow like fiery orange.
Oh.
What does
Ooh,
that mean?
Its whole left side is torn open. You can see its rib cage.
I hate this shit so much, Callie. I hate. This is the cryptic I hate the most. You've done it to us so many times. Okay.
As it staggers towards you,
Oh,
you can tell all 4 of its legs are broken, yet it still walks on them.
what does it smell like?
Deer.
Oh, just deer.
Not rotting?
Oh,
Not rotting.
no,
dark,
rotting's not
creepy.
the word that I would use for this.
What would you use?
Unnatural.
Oh no.
Great.
As this thing looks at you, and as it opens its mouth to speak, its throat bulges, and this long tongue falls out of it all the way down to the snow on the ground.
Really, will start to. She'll just be like stiff where she is.
It stumbles again towards you. You can see now that each of its horns, its antlers, has blood dripping off of it. This thing, whatever it once was, is not that anymore. You can see that in the distance beyond, you can see the ice scale mountains, where the infection, where this corruption has begun to now spread even beyond the great barrier between the north and south of Mother's Jail.
Is it Gus-like at all?
Not in that way. This isn't like mushroom cordyceps. This is just a horrifically corrupted deer.
Is it still approaching
Ain't
Brayley?
The mental wrongness in the world.
It's not necessarily approaching you, but it's walking in your general direction, but it looks like it's going to walk past you eventually. What kind of deer isn't afraid of a wolf?
One that's obviously not healthy. Oh, but can Brayley percept on it?
Make a perception check.
Perception.
On an 18, I mean, to be clear, obviously this thing is corrupted by a demon. Like, that's, having gone through the experience with Gus and the prototype, for sure this thing has dread demon infestation in it. Now, what's concerning about that is where it is. If that infestation is now hitting wildlife on the north side of the Ice Scale Mountains, what must it be like on the south side? It has long been said that dread demons corrupt all that they touch. And Drahana has been leading the Draconic Legion for 20 years. And yet, as you look at this thing, when it turns and gazes at you, its tongue lashing around like a whip, another feeling comes over you. One that you can't explain. This abomination of nature. This abomination of fauna, this cruel mockery of everything that this world is supposed to be.
And I want to say Brayley would probably try to attempt to take it out.
You do. You bare your fangs, and the deer does not react. It just stumbles forward. And in your mind, you realize what kind of deer isn't afraid of a wolf. One that wants to die. And so, muscling up all your will, you lunge forward, taking the deer by the neck and shaking, the most primal instinct of any hunting animal. Grab your prey by the neck and shake until you hear a snap. And you kill it. It's not that hard. It's already mostly dead. And yet as it falls to the ground, you spit it out. You're not interested in eating it. But it lays on the ground and looks at you one more time with that fiery orange eye, and then both those eyes go black, and it starts to melt into the snow. All that's left behind is a corpse of shattered deer bones. You quickly run over to the nearby pond, washing your muzzle, washing your face, because ew, gross.
Yeah, nasty.
It's not good. And yet,
Make Miss Nova with that mouth.
exactly.
Exactly. Rude.
And as you wash your mouth out and look down into the waters of this nearly frozen pond, gazing back up at you is a woman. She is large, muscular. Her hair is snowy white, shaggy. Her face has markings like tattoos almost on them. She wears the same necklace as you. She looks up at you.
Am I still in wolf form?
Mm-hmm. Which makes it weird that you're seeing a woman in the reflection, let alone one that's not you.
Brayley will like paw at it. It's like the water's broken.
Their hand comes up to meet your paw, as you do. And they give a wolfish grin.
And Brayley will just like stare at it, thinking, can I talk in my wolf form?
Yes, you can.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hello.
What are you doing in the water there?
As all reflections do.
Brayley will like look at her, make sure she's a wolf still. Does Brayley like have any idea who this is? Like I have no
Probably.
idea.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fauna. But in that, it's you.
Are you me? Were
Yes.
we?
I was you. what I evolved into.
Oh. What are we now?
They smile. That is the beautiful thing. It's up to you to decide. I was born in a lake not unlike this one. When my parents left me to die, I was born to Father Oak and Mother Ash. They died that I may live, that my sister may live.
We have a sister? Yeah.
Flora. When we were born, I was given dominion of all that bore fang and claw. She over all that grows from soil.
Is she like us? Now? She different?
Yes,
Is there someone out there like me?
yes.
How can I find them?
You will find them. Her and I were always drawn to one another, for where there is flora, there is always fauna, and likewise.
Brayley will kind of just like take a couple steps back from the water. This is just a lot. Can we talk like this all the time? I just noticed now.
No. Your slaying of that creature stirred me.
It was pretty nasty. I think it stirred anyone.
For 3,000 years did my sister and I watch. Oh, sorry. No, it's longer than that. Tens of
I forgot to
thousands-
carry the 6.
Literally forgot to add a 0 onto that. For tens of thousands of years did my sister and I guide the forces of nature in this world. But like the rest, we were burdened to be unable to change ourselves. No longer. Brayley, you are me, but better. You are me with the ability to grow and change, to find a world that requires new things, and to be there for it.
Okay, that sounds natural to me.
They smile. That thing was an abomination. It and all like it and its creator must be stopped.
Do you know who the creator is?
Yes. Drahana.
Oh, that bitch.
To put it lightly.
Well, everything's been driving us this way. We'll see it through.
I would not have had a choice. You do. They look over to where the black mark is on the ground. But that is the fate if we fail. is the destiny of all living things if we fail.
I don't like that.
No.
Okay. Well, can we talk like this all the time, or is this kind of one time go?
When you need me, I'll be there. But we are one. You are me. One more thing. One more gift you are given. That which all life has. The ability to make more.
Oh? You want
Grant
me-
our blessing unto those you feel are worthy,
Okay.
and they will be blessed of the land. They will be your champions.
Oh, so you're saying I can bless people, not make more people. Just want to be clear.
Don't get me wrong. You can do both.
Wait, what's that mean?
I mean, she's still...
Make them, then bless them.
She's a changeling. She can absolutely propagate however she wants.
Oh, Noah's gonna be pregnant. Okay, good to know.
If you want to be.
Like
Y'all
it's-
can be pregnant.
You get a pregnancy. You get a pregnancy.
We got plenty to go around.
I will do my best. For the blessings and for that.
They kind of smile. That wolfish grin. And Brayley, going forward, if you so choose and think someone is worthy, you are now capable of creating Nadwirim.
Oh shit.
What does that mean exactly?
You can change people's race into Nadwirim.
Oh,
Wait. they have-
Congrats, you a werewolf now.
Yeah, you can make people into
Oh,
the
it
three
all
different kinds of
comes
Nadwirim. Wolfrin,
together.
Undine, and Wingrocks.
I
But
will
I can't
say.
accidentally do it. Or I
No,
can't,
you
like-
would have to very purposefully do it.
Yeah.
Consent is key when you're spreading Serenian lycanthropy.
Yeah. I was gonna say I've already had my race changed once, so
Yep.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying she has. I'm just saying you can. You have that ability now.
If anybody wants to be a werewolf.
You have to deserve my blessing.
True. That you return. Your desire to hunt somewhat fulfilled. Still
Hunger's
want a
still
fresh
there.
steak, though.
Yeah.
And then you see a rabbit run by and go, oh, and you take off running after it.
Ooh, appetizer.
Nom nom. Ramiel, it's later that night. What all do you prepare?
So during that afternoon, he would have gone to the forge, asked anyone if they're able to take a commission from him, and afterwards, he'll ask Layla to if she would like to bless it.
Oh. Oh, sugar, you don't have to ask. Does.
All right. Layla, rather, give me a wisdom check.
Just base stat.
Yep, base wisdom.
Oh, shit. That's a garbage roll. We're going to use an inspo for that.
All right.
We don't want a 6 on this.
No, it's important.
That's much better. Where's my character sheet for my bonus? 18.
Okay. With an 18, you place a blessing on these rings, and it draws a bit more energy out of you than you had thought it would. Like, you were just going for like a basic, like, oh yeah, we're gonna bless the rings, make sure your standard. Don't want them to be
Once the
able to be magically damaged or anything like that. I want them protected. While wearing one of these rings, a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest, you can add a D4 to any D20 test.
Oh.
God
Damn.
damn. Literally bless.
Damn.
Listen,
I'll
I didn't.
have to make them, but yes.
I thought I was just going to, like, do that little, ooh, there's little magic, maybe they'll glow. But once I started, it took hold of me, and I realized I need to help my buddy out.
Well, Ramiel's gonna sense the magic from that, and he goes, well, I was actually hoping for a blessing from you, given that you're a cleric. I didn't actually think you would enchant it. Thank you. Uh, honestly, thank you a lot, very much, Layla. Not just for this, but for being yourself. I know war has a way of changing people, of bringing out the worst in them. But you being here honestly reminded me a lot of what it was like with my mum, Melody. Always the optimistic person that she was. She saw the good in people, and I saw a lot of her in you. So it felt like I had a small bit of home.
Well, thank you, Romeo. Thank you as well for just being there. Truly. You are honestly a much better source of gossip than any of the rest of them. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is my headcanon that we're just the catty bitches over on the side.
Yes, well, I am.
Just listen
Glad
to
I'm
our
able to-
accents, it makes perfect sense.
I'm quite glad I'm able to provide an endless source of entertainment for you all. Well, here's hoping that I don't fumble.
I think you'll do quite alright.
And he fidgets he'll replace it in his clothing, and probably ask around for like a blanket and a cloak with a fur hood.
You're able to get
And,
whatever basic supplies you need.
Yeah, and just wait for Ryan at the cliffside.
As he promised. Shortly after sundown, he makes his way out to where he sees the fire on the cliffside and heads up to join you. You hear the snow crunching beneath his feet as he approaches. Well, if you were searching for some privacy, I'd say, yeah, this would do it all right.
I found this spot not long after we settled, or made camp. gives gives a very nice view of the night sky.
That it does. He
Have
kinda-
some cocoa.
My goodness, I am being treated. He goes and sits down and sips it with you.
Mom always said nothing like a cup of hot cocoa to warm the heart on cold nights.
Oh, really? Anytime.
True. Can't rightly have it during the summer, but you know, it tastes its best in winter and cold nights.
My sister was big on iced hot chocolate, which I told her was just chocolate milk, but she wouldn't hear none of it.
I feel like that's a bit of an oxymoron. Ice hot chocolate.
Well, she could be a moron when she wanted to be.
Oh, darling, I need to educate you on these things called literary devices.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine with using toys.
Blink.
He blinks back.
Canis is having quite the effect on you, darling.
Yeah, I mean, historically speaking, yeah.
And he looks up at the sky. Just sipping for a bit. So I love watching the night sky. Any chance I got, I'd sneak out for a little bit, just to get a clear view. All
You
the,
grew up in a big city, right?
recovering, but yes. The sky was the one thing that didn't feel like it changed, and when I thought about it that way, my problems felt.
Sorry, got Ray coming in.
Oh God, I have an audience. Oh God.
Thank you, Dungeon
Oh,
Scrawlers, for the
sorry.
raid. Welcome in,
Okay.
everybody.
Guys, I forgot.
Hello.
Shoutouts. I'm sorry.
You're good.
No pressure
Oh,
now.
SO. At least I think. Sounds right.
It should be this as well.
I think exclamation.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then there's also the native. If I'm doing this right.
We got there.
There we go.
Figure
That's
it
the
out.
native.
Well, welcome in, everybody. We're getting kind of near the end of session here ourselves, but we're having a lovely romantic moment between our himbo Orion and our own Ramiel. So,
Yeah.
But yes, the night sky was the one thing that didn't change. My problems would feel so small when I think about it that way, so distant, so insignificant. Being with you, being with Canis, I felt anything but. You both made me feel special. Someone who mattered. Someone who didn't fuck things up simply by existing or interacting with the world. And it felt nice. You in particular, Ryan, you have such a refreshing and incredible outlook to life. Where I wallowed and struggled in confusion, you seemed so confident, so sure, so bright. It's hard not to feel inspired.
well, you'd probably be the first person to call me bright, but
But you
look, I it means a lot that you think of those things when you see me. I wasn't always like that. But when my sisters and my mom passed, well, I was all that was left. We didn't have a ton of friends, and obviously we had been coming to Mother's jail, so it was just me. And for a time, it wasn't good. For a time, I wondered if maybe it would be better that we were all just together. Maybe it would be better if I just stopped. But then I realized that if I did that, well, then they were really gone forever. There'd be no one to remember them. So I had to be everything that they were. I had to have my mom's confidence. I had to have my sister's kindness. I had to have my other sister's way with cute boys, which fortunately I did pick up on. And, well, my oldest sister was a bit of a genius when it came to machines, and I'd be lying to say that I really replicate that in any way, but I try.
Try so hard.
I don't know that I am all the things that you say, but if I am, know that it's because I'm not just one person. I'm 5. And I think a lot of people are that way. We all try to answer the question of, who am I? When really the question often is, who are we? We are the sum of everyone that we've met, everyone that we've ever said I love you to. That much I do know. That's why you're so wonderful. Because the people that you've said that you love are wonderful people. That's how I know you're worthwhile.
All right. I love all of you. The sides of you that you choose to show, the sides of you that you're not as interested in showing.
Yeah, it's my left side. I know it's not my best look.
Oh,
Much more of a right side person.
Prior to meeting you, really, I hadn't been that confident about accepting who I was. When I met Canis, there was that definite internalized realization that I was different. I never really felt attracted to women. I felt more comfortable around men. I felt more interested in them, and perhaps the nights that we met when Ayla ever so lovingly assisted in our meeting, I thought, why not? Why not spend one night just accepting it? And every moment since then, it felt magical. Every moment since then felt like a balm to my soul. Every moment I spent with you was inspiring, and I want to keep feeling like that. I want to keep waking up looking forward to a day where you are in it, where you are both in it. So, I suppose what I'm asking is, and he sets down the mug and gets down on one knee, and produces the ring that he had made. So it's a silver ring with that looks like a pair of twigs had been interwoven together, shaped into one band, coming to meet together in the middle, raising a small emerald that's cut into a teardrop. My beloved Orion Moraine, would you do me the honor of marrying me?
He looks around for a moment. Oh yeah, this is a lot better than a cemetery. He gets his ring out and kneels down in front of you. I will. Will you marry me?
1,000 times yes.
It's a beautiful ring.
Thank you. The Smiths did an excellent job at it.
I can feel the magic on it.
That was Layla. I'd ask her to bless it, given that. Well, I plan on asking her to be my maid of honor.
He nods.
Probably Ayla, Brayley, and Nova will feel a little slighted, but you know,
They'll be the wedding party.
they're the bridesmaids.
Yeah, no, they'll be fine. They'll be
Maid of dishonor.
yeah, I mean, they've got bachelor party written all over them.
I figured they'd be a little preoccupied, you know, and I hope you'd join me when we find Canis.
We'll find him. We will. Well, I tried to put my own enchantment on this ring. I don't think it went quite as well as yours did.
Oh, well, I had some outside help, darling.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's good. So you explained that his, is a 1d4 to a number of rolls equal to proficient bonuses. His, ironically, gives a minus 1d4 to a number of rolls. He tried, but he's got an 8 intelligence. His has a Bane curse on it.
Oh no.
But so he's like, I'll, you know what, I'll try again. And then, maybe I'll have your friend put a blessing on it, because, I was pretty sure that I did it the way that my sister wrote in her book, but my sister didn't have great handwriting. She probably should have been a doctor.
If he pulls that ring away, Ramiel will take his hand and have him slip that on his finger.
He does. And he kisses your hand.
Well, we ought to do our best to return.
We will. I refuse to believe that this is all going to end before I get to have my wedding.
Well, we ought to also inform Lord Canis Mistal that he has a not one but two titles that he will need to prepare.
Oh, that Sanu of the Verde guy is going to be pissed.
Oh my god.
Well, that was
can't-
part of why wanted to ask my sister.
You petty bitch. I love it. Well, then I guess we better make sure this is a night we never forget. He picks you up, and that's where we're gonna wrap it up for tonight.
Woo!
Woo!